Okay, everyone, so this is Dennis Nayer, the Director of Research, Development, and Training for the New York State Association of Chiefs of Police. Right now, I have the privilege of being here with Captain Dave Maurizio of the Syracuse Police Department and Captain Steve Rotuno of the Camillus Police Department. Both captains are part of what's called red team exercises that basically are countermeasures against terrorism. And right now we're going to spend a few minutes on this audio podcast talking about that. So first, gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so my first question is if you can briefly describe for the listening audience what your red team exercises are.
What we do is we plan and design an exercise to enhance the overall preparedness posture within the Counterterrorism Zone 7 in New York State, which is 6 counties within our zone. What we do is we visit various businesses from within 11 sectors. So what we did was we went into different areas and we basically tried to gauge the overall effectiveness of Operation Safeguard, which obviously trains the businesses to recognize and report potential terrorist activity. We also try to assess the overall security of the establishments of the 11 sectors, and also test the response of law enforcement agencies when they respond to see if they know what the proper procedures are if there was a suspicious activity reported to them.
And as a follow-up, so the next question is, should all agencies, in your opinion, find a way to engage in this type of training?
I definitely believe that all agencies from the state police, the federal agencies, all the way down to the village police departments, work jointly together in getting Operation Safeguard, the information out there, really pushing. If you see something, say something. We've seen it work, and it's critical that these other agencies, we work together. We do in CTZ 7. That's something that we've done. If you can tell by this conference that all of our agencies work very, very close together. And during this exercise, no matter what agency you worked for, we are one team, and we work together to make this such a success.
And following on that, am I correct in stating that you do the most comprehensive exercises within the state?
As of this day, we've done the largest exercise out of all the CTZs in the state. This past exercise was approximately 253 target areas that we hit, and it was a great success. Looking at some of the numbers that we had, our statistics are real. We do Operation Safeguard, but we don't do Operation Safeguard and come back in 3 weeks and test a target. We give it 4, 5, 6 months. We do know that these places have had the training, and we come back and our information that we've received is factual information.
From an attendee's point of view, from actually listening to both of your presentations, which were great, it was just mind-boggling just to see how frequently people would ignore the signs that they should otherwise report. And I was wondering if you could maybe just speak on that a little.
Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, to back up what Steve said, a lot of places we tested had actually stickers right on the state, see something, Operation Safeguard, see something, say something right on the doors, and weren't aware of it. We also, we really try to go out and push the information from the private sector to law enforcement to gather that bond so that they're pushing that information to us, to know what the indicators and the warnings are, and just to establish a good line of communication and report these observations. Steve?
Well, what I saw during our last exercise, one is the majority of the people did feel that something was out of place. But generally, people are nice. And they were calling their mother, their father, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, and letting them know about what was taking place rather than calling the police. And in some instances, they feel like they're bothering the police. And we were told that several times. And that's when the educational portion of this and the training portion of it comes into play, when we tell them, well, you're not bothering the police. We encourage you to call the police, and we give them the pamphlets with the number to call.
That's excellent. And as a follow-up, what, in your opinion, is the most important message that you can provide the listeners in terms of counterterrorism preparedness?
Well, if you see something, say something. Don't hesitate. Don't feel like you're bothering the police. You can call your brother, you can call your mother and father, but definitely reach out to your local law enforcement, the state police, or at least call the telephone number. There's an app now that you can use to report information. So we're really encouraging folks to get that information out there and up-channel the information if they see something that's out of place.
Yeah, and I would add on to that too, a good working relationship with other emergency responders. We actually have a good working relationship in our CTG 7. We don't necessarily have all law enforcement. We have different emergency responders that help us. We have fire departments, and emergency responders are able to get into places that law enforcement otherwise could not get in there without a search warrant or something. So their observations are very, very important. Have a very good working relationship with them, and that really facilitates everything that we try to get pointed across.
And for the law enforcement community, for those who are going to listen to this podcast, what can you tell those who may not have any sort of program like this in place, and now, after listening, they think, well, they can start doing this in their respective communities? What could you tell them in terms of getting started, or is it really just limited to their imagination and resourcefulness?
One, I would tell them that, first of all, they're more than welcome to call Captain Marizio or myself. We'll be glad to help them get started. Two, you have to put the right people in the right spot, from the captains and whoever's running it, the team leaders, to the red team members themselves. You have to have members that are going to be participating in this, that want to be there, not just being taken off the road and shagging calls. And communication is key amongst the red team members themselves, and also the administrators and the chiefs of police that are involved. Every day we went out and we did an exercise, I would blast out an email to every administrator knowing what county we're going to be in, one, for officer safety reasons, and two, just so we didn't want anyone getting hurt. And we also let the 911 centers know that we were going to be out, and they would contact myself or Captain Marizio if they had a question.
And just to add on to that too is, Dennis, like you said, that there was some concern about departments, smaller departments, having the ability to personnel to go and do these. I know in our department alone, just a regular community, just if an officer is at a business and they start a rapport with the people there, just bring it up, talk to them, see something, say something, advise it. It just makes our job a lot easier. And like Steve said earlier, a lot of people are very receptive to this program.
We've had a lot of pros out of this exercise. We did some mass gathering where they implemented training. They've relocated different parts of their facilities to make it more safer. We've had a lot of businesses contact us for training. And like the Captain Marizio just said, whether you're a state agency or a village, if you get out there and interact with the community and get them the window stickers and the pamphlets and tell them that they're not bothering the police and to call the police, history's shown that, when the bad thing happens, it starts in the suburbs and it works its way to the big cities. So give us a call.
Captain Rotuno, Captain Marizio, thank you so much. I think this is great information. I'm sure the listeners are going to get a lot out of it, so much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.